Yeah, buddy. What is going on, everybody? It is Childish. We are back at it again with yet another episode of Epic Fail of the Week. You all know what it is. It's the one time out of the week where I take the opportunity to showcase all of the amazing fails I got going on and give you guys an opportunity to laugh at my pain. Laugh at the pain. So, this one is definitely going to be up there. We got ourselves a special guest that needs no introduction in this special clip we got going on for you guys today. So let me take you back. All right, let me take it back one time. Here we go. So I want to say 3 weeks ago, because I'm making this video a week in advance for you guys. So about 3 weeks ago, I was raiding with Foi. As you guys know, he's one of the Guardian 3 players out there on the global server, part of our guild. And he was doing some speed clears with Tishmittenz from the guild Absolute Void. So I went ahead and joined him, and initially, I thought he was just looking for somebody to join, but he specifically asked me to join. And I'm like, why? He's like, oh, because Tish wants to talk to you. And I'm like, okay. So I went ahead and joined, to talk and, or to raid obviously with him. And then we were like, he was like, yeah, so like, when are you going to record AV? And I'm like, I'm pretty sure I've recorded it in the past, but I guess at the time that he was talking about, there was a recent video, or there was a recent time in that week where we fought AV, and he was looking to, see, our team fight AV or whatnot. I'm like, well, I did not record that video because that one, it was the one that I set out for the week. That was my bye week. So I didn't record it, obviously. Otherwise, I would record because I have quite a handful of friends within the guild. DJ, Karanthir, we got Hypnotic Nick, Barian, Beard. I mean, I know so many people from the AV community. I definitely would, record if I had the chance. And so he told me, okay, well, do me a favor. Next time you do the AV, make sure you go ahead and record. And if you get the opportunity to, I'd love to see my defense in action. And I was like, I really don't see the value in it as far as you obviously see if you if you win or lose, but he wanted to see what I'm currently doing, as far as the setup goes, because I'll be real with you all. I've really gone out of my way to fight the people, just like everybody up in the top, top tier. They choose the people wisely so that they can make sure they use their swords as efficient as possible and secure the win. Well, I have always looked at Tishmitten's team and always felt that I had the ability to take him down, but Tishmittenz is on a whole new level when it comes to units and runes, right? While it may seem pretty light on paper, or pretty legit on paper, like he still just wrecks face. He's generally, in there in the Guardian 3 ranks. Everybody knows him in the top, top end community. So he does an amazing job when it comes to synergizing his team and putting the best runes on the best units. But here was the scenario. Fast forward to today that I'm recording it. I took a look at the AV. We had them down to 40.9%, and then we needed. Sorry, I think it was it was 40.8 or 40.9%, and we needed 39.9% to win, which means he was the go figure, right? Out of all the people that were fought in AV, he was the only one that was still failed sitting at the green bar. He had no one touched him, and rightfully so. He is a sick person, to say the least. And you would have thought that somebody would have hit him, but no one did. And if you guys didn't know, one of the things that we do when we fight people, we record. We basically put some raid notes with regards to the people that we fight. But the thing about Tish is that there's no, you can put the raid notes from previous fights, and I can probably go back a week ago and check it, but there's really no point in checking not just Tishmittenz, but anybody's anybody's raid knows in a top 10, top 5 guild or whatever, because they're constantly evolving their units, constantly mixing it up, runes, compositions, getting the wheels on their units, even fine-tuning their speeds just that much more. Like, everything goes out the water when you do it. So I said to myself, you know what, all I need is a draw. All I need is draw, and what better way than to provide myself possibly an epic fail, whatnot. But I mean, honestly, if I draw against Tish, I mean, it's all good, right? It's all good. So I ain't gonna sweat it. Let me get at it, right? Let me get at it. So. But he is previously, before I did this fight, he is the only person in the AV community that I've actually just straight up lost to, just because I got wrecked. So we'll talk about the team compositions. First team that he's running is Veramos, Perna, and Chasoon. Okay. Second team, Ciara, Orion, and Theo, I think it is. And from what I recall, he was running a 100 plus, a 200 plus Chasoon, a 220 plus Veramos, or 210 plus Veramos, and then like a speed-based Perna, right? And then, for what I understand, they were pretty close synced as far as speed goes, and extremely tanky. So when I obviously took a look at the team, I try to analyze it as best I can. You know, overall his speed, his tankiness throughout all three units are great, but he's relying on basically, you know, just the overall strength of the units to get the job done. There is no defense break, there is no focus down. So my thought process was I'm thinking about what I brought, and I've always brought the best, you know, my best rune units. Generally, my go-to team for him was the Veramos, Orion, sorry, Veramos, Chandra, and um, Bella, right? And so the first couple fights, I've always felt that I should have been able to beat him, but I have had some really bad luck with his Perna going ham. But the second team, he's mixed up his second teams quite a bit. The second team always makes me look stupid. Like as a, it's a joke. Like Childish, what are you doing attacking Tish? You should not be attacking Tish. But generally, when I attack him, I save my swords for the end to see what we have left, and Tish is like the one that is left, right? So I'm like, I got to do it. So this time around, I tried a little bit something different. I wanted to go with an aggressive approach. Very most quasi-aggressive. I wanted to go a little bit more. I mean, he's overall speedy, and my three units were overall speedy, but I wanted to try to get an opportunity to take an advantage by manipulating the attack bar. And so what I did is I brought, instead of instead of Bella, I brought Orion. Okay, I wanted the opportunity to get a couple more stuns. Also play around with the hit point disturb. I understood that his Veramos is going to remove those harmful effects, but the extra turns that I was getting from the attack bar was what I felt was gonna kind of give me the edge. Because again, I've already played around with different compositions. I have to mix it up. I have to be a little bit more aggressive. I can't sit here and, you know, apply the defense break and hope for Veramos and Chandra to kind of get it in there. He is removing the defense break as quickly as I'm putting it on, so it's just not doing no good. I gotta figure out a different way. So that's my go-to team for there. Second team for Ciara, Orion, and Theo. A lot of times when I go up against Ciara, Orion, Theo combos, my Bernard has outsped quite a few Orions. I personally did not feel that I could that I had any really combination of units that could you know, get it done. And I have a team that I use to counter speed-based teams, but a couple of the units that I used in that particular fight, I had in the first team. So basically, I was just banking on his Orion to fail, so I could take him down. But you know, if that's assuming that his speed leader or his Orion was faster than me, and I felt at the level that he is, that it was definitely going to be fast. So, but yeah, pretty much. That is the video that we're going to be putting out today. Again, I have it in the epic fail of the week, so as you guys might have asked, there's definitely some ups and downs to the fight, but I hope you enjoy. Thank you all for tuning in. It's a pleasure to make these videos for you as always. It's your boy Childish for ChildishPlays. Checking out. Take care, and we will see you next time, guys.